Good morning. This week's editorial is titled Autopac Headed the Wrong Way Again. This week, the Canadian Taxpayers Federation posed this question. If someone stole your vehicle and got into an accident, do you think MPI should give them compensation? Obviously not. Unfortunately for taxpayers, though, MPI has been doing just that. A recent CTV news story highlighted one case where a thief was given between $30,000 and $60,000 after smashing up a stolen car and getting injured in the process. That's over and above the cost to our healthcare system for fitting them up with expensive prosthetic limbs and other procedures. To add insult to injury, MPI also conceded they will sometimes pay for criminals' families members to be flown in to visit them in the hospital. MPI will even provide compensation to families of criminals that die in stolen cars. Worst of all, the NDP voted down a bill in 2008 that would have ended such nonsense. It's time to tell Andrew Swan, the minister responsible for MPI, to wise up, cut off the benefits to the criminals, or resign. Taxpayers have had enough. End of quote. In 2008, according to Winnipeg Sun's Tom Broadbeck, the NDP Justice Minister, Dave Chomiak, ridiculed a private member's bill that called for the complete elimination of MPI benefits for convicted car thieves who get hurt or killed in vehicle collisions. He called the bill typical Tory meanness, saying the proposed change was nothing but symbolism. To see Dave Chomiak in action in the provincial legislature is an unforgettable experience. I've been there a few times and I've seen it. He is like an overwound tin toy who rattles and bangs away at whatever stands in his way. Whenever former Premier Gary Dewar couldn't sway the House with his own twisted stories and bombast, Chomiak would be unleashed to rise to the occasion and blast away, making less sense than a cat on a hot tin roof. But bombast aside, there's a sense of entitlement at play here. Chomiak, who is also a former Minister of Health, figures that if Autopac doesn't pay the injury, the claims for the injuries, and the family claims, healthcare will have to pay. Even if healthcare has to pay some of the strictly medical expenses, there's a major accounting glitch here in Chomiak's logic. He treats Autopac fees as just another tax pool. On the contrary, Autopac fees should be kept as low as possible. Autopac should not be paying compensation for car thieves or their families. Autopac, as a monopoly, should have a clear mandate from government to provide auto insurance as economically as possible to its customers. That way, both private and business insurance expenses for auto and trucks will be as competitive as possible. If Autopac has any money left over at the end of the year, it should be allocated to ways of reducing their own costs by helping police in getting car thieves off the road. First, get them off the road, then into rehab as quickly as possible. It would be interesting to know how many cars and trucks are stolen every year. It's in the hundreds, and they get paid out too. Who would want a stolen, bagged out car back anyway? Autopac fees just aren't another tax pool that the NDP government can divert whenever it wants to. Autopac has a clear mandate, and it has a monopoly. It should be following their mandate. Autopac should not be dictating auto environmental policy by eliminating pre-1995 cars. They shouldn't be compensating criminals, and they shouldn't be funding all kinds of other stuff. Remember when they wanted to have Autopac subsidize the university tuition fees? We need a streamlined, clear-cut auto insurance policy company, not a bloated monopoly bureaucracy wandering around trying to find places to drop off its excessive profits. Autopac has become like a giant, overfed, staggering elephant looking for fresh ground to shed its droppings. It's all a matter of viewpoint, and as usual, the NDP view is in error. Thank you.